true. I'm pushing us live, by the way.
Okay. I actually have a tablet here to try to participate fully.
Ooh, you're gonna look at comments while we read.
Yeah, I like looking at the comments. I just messed that up the last 2 weeks.
It's
So
okay.
JD keeps borrowing my tablet, so he has an alt account, on his Roblox or whatever.
Yeah.
I gotta get my turtle in here. Yeah. So he wants to use my tablet all the time, and when he's using my tablet, um, I forget I own it.
So Lily came up to me and was like, "Mom, my tablet's dead." And I said, that's a you problem." She didn't understand what I meant, but
That's a you problem.
100% a you problem because Mom is gonna have her phone tonight. And
Mommy's
you
not
may you
available
may
for that?
you may go ask your father if you can have his phone,
Bingo.
but I'm not going to give mine up. Hello, everybody. I believe we are live on the interwebs now,
I think, yeah,
officially.
we are.
Yes.
I'm looking at my hair on the internet and I'm like, oh gosh.
You
Oh,
know,
whatever.
mine should have been washed about 2 days ago. So that's
No.
what I'm working with
I
right
mean,
now.
I have full bangs, but they're so messy that I was like, I can paste them back with my own. Yeah.
Hair grease.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah,
We're gonna
that's
go
what it
there.
is.
So I was talking with Ray and John. I was texting with them yesterday.
They're the
And
guys that
that
rule
run
the
RG
cruise.
Travels,
Yep.
who are our logistics people and organize everything fabulously for the cruises that Chantel and I are teaching on. And I said something, I don't remember what it was, but I was like, I'm currently wearing like the sweatshirt for the last, oh, this is what it was. I went to pick up Lily, and the very first thing she goes was, "Mom, I want to go back to Alaska." And I was like, "Kid, that's a once in a lifetime thing." But
We don't go back
apparently,
after your behavior. No.
honestly, she was fine. She acted like a 5-year-old, but
Right.
it's
She
hard
is a
to have
5-year-old,
someone
so
acting like a 5-year-old when you're supposed to be like the entertainment for people, and you're stressed out because your 5-year-old is acting like a 5-year-old,
right.
and your husband just wants to be the fun guy and not the
You're like, we can't all be
no,
the fun guy.
and not the no, we can't go in the gift shop because you refuse to eat anything at lunch.
I just wouldn't bring
And
my kids.
yeah,
They would be awful. I
well,
can't handle that in my heart. I
there's
love
a
them
reason.
dearly.
There's a reason they were not invited on the Mediterranean cruise, I think. But anyway, so
There's a reason I'm back.
I'm wearing the Alaska sweatshirt like for the third day in a row. And I was like, don't judge me. I did shower between
And then I put this back on.
but but then today I was wearing like a teal sweater, and they're like, "Have you changed?" I was like, "Yes, guys." And I was like, "I did wear this for like an hour 2 days ago, but it's still clean because I only wore it for like an hour."
I feel that I wore the same sweatshirt for like 3 or 4 days this week. And
I mean, the Alaska sweatshirt maybe can stand on its own now and needs to be washed, but
oh no, mine is definitely malleable and still wearable for several more days if I want. No, it's not.
mine's definitely ready for sure.
Yeah, feeling fresh, guys. Fresh and
I
so
know.
clean. What is everybody up to?
I know. No one's chatting tonight. I
That's
gave
okay.
myself a facial earlier tonight. It was fabulous.
Oh, that does sound
I
nice.
did. I was talking to Chantel while I was figuring out
At Target, we did therapy. I
what all
mean,
things.
work meeting.
We tell our husbands that we have a work call every Friday night. Really, we're just making sure that we're in the good mental state to be go live on the internet. We get out
And
all the
to
things.
share all the stuff that we're not supposed to share
Yeah,
online.
all the things that we really don't want to tell you. I mean, we're pretty open, but if you can imagine the things we might tell each other that we wouldn't say to you guys,
It gets a little
it
wild.
it is get a little wild.
We got to
Which
get it off our chest so
we
that
do.
we're ready to go. It also
So,
gives us a lot of content, surprisingly, because eventually we land back at like work stuff.
we
Once we
do.
get all that stuff out and
But
we've
yeah,
coped with it,
we
you
were having
know,
this discussion when I got back in the car because I was not the rude person who was on the phone in the checkout. I hung up, I checked out,
she
and then
did.
called Chantel back.
I
We
closed
don't
my
ever
eyes for 3 minutes.
We don't ever say goodbye. We just say,
No.
I'll talk to you
That's
in a
how
minute. That's how
sometimes
it
we
goes.
say bye at the end, but it's never like goodbye. Like
Yeah, like
never
it's like I'll probably talk to you again later today. That's probably how it is.
it's more a ca- casual, like I'm supposed to say something at the end of the
Yeah.
conversation instead of just clicking. That's
So
what ours, yeah.
I used to have like the skincare routine when I was doing videos all the time. I had all the fancy products. I had the $80 eye cream. I had the facials once a month. I was like the bill at the salon was ridiculous. And so
But you
I
were
was just,
video. You
yeah, it
were
was
the
my thing.
entertainment.
Like this was
It's
part
like
of,
me and my
you know,
nails.
I know. So anyway, I have not done that. I have not had a skincare routine in forever. So I went and it was like buy one, get one half off if you're a Target Circle member on the survey, just in case
Yep.
anybody else needs to go stock up. And so I got like six products and it was like $80. And I was like, Stephanie, you used to spend that much on eye cream and you got six
I know
things.
you gotta
It's
like
okay. It's all right. You got six products. You got three face masks. You're going to be okay. You are going to give yourself
we
some
had to talk her
actual
off that
skincare
ledge.
treatment that you desperately need because you look like a teenager right now with the amount of acne you have and you're freaking
I know,
40.
it's all over here.
Like, like it's cheaper than the facial and you can use it every day. Like, these are like the Midwest. These are the Midwest, like
Ways of
justifications
talking
that
yourself
Chantel and
in.
I
Yeah,
have to have.
justifications.
Yes,
I
for
just
sure.
justified myself a brand new TV. See, I'm really good at justifying, apparently. I talked to Sean. And so if you see my TV,
What
there's a
was wrong
ton,
with your last TV?
this one has a ton of glare.
Okay,
Okay. So with
accurate.
my lights all over it and filming right here, which I like to film right here, I have I don't have a view behind me, but I
Yeah.
have one of those frame TVs upstairs that I absolutely adore that's matte and shows like a picture on it when it's not
Hmm.
on, and they're really, really pretty. And so there was one on Woot, which is like the Amazon discount site for like 500 bucks instead of their normal like 1200 or whatever they are because it was refurbished. So I may have talked John into letting me get that for Christmas.
Well, there you
And
go.
it was justifiable though, because it should be $1,200 and 12.99. That's what it was.
I don't think I paid $1,200 for television, except the first flat screen we ever purchased together
You
when
have
they
to
were like
remember,
brand
like
new.
John found a TV this week for his parents at Sam's Club that had been marked down several times. It was a $2,500 television and he got it for $700.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was like super fancy, so I had TV on my mind,
Yeah.
but Midwest justifications. If I'm going to film from this angle and I'm going to make this look nice, the thing that's
That's gotta look
behind
good
me,
behind you.
it's got to look good behind me. And so that was the justification. You're like $80 skincare. I'm like television.
I I have been doing Zooms from this location because I cleaned my studio out, not fully, definitely
Mm-mm.
not fully, but enough to have a walking path so it's not embarrassing
It
because
was a
it
little
was bad.
encroaching
It was very
along the
bad.
edges.
I mean, it's not that much better, but it currently fits
It's just
ADA
overwhelming
requirements. It at
because the
least
kids
fits.
use half of it.
They do. And I also made them be down here for an hour so that there was a walking path as well for with their crap. So because Shelly came over last Sunday
Oh
and
yeah.
we did a filming. It was really fun. You guys are gonna love the video when it comes out. We talked about all kinds of quilting and choosing designs. You guys are gonna love it. But anyway, so my studio, it's not, there's still a to-do list everywhere I look, but right in front of me is not so bad. And I can have blinders of what's going on over here.
Oh yeah, I don't see this.
Yes.
This over
No,
here does not
that's
exist.
the fact that I would need to spend probably 3 hours in order to clear my cutting table off enough to be able to cut a quilt. We're not going to think about that right now.
Mm-mm. No,
Anyone,
that's a
I want
tomorrow
to know,
Stephanie problem.
it is probably like a 3 months
And
from now
next
Stephanie
year
problem.
Stephanie problem,
Yes,
yeah.
this is a
Past
2026
Christmas, yeah.
Stephanie problem for sure. So I want to know what state your guys' sewing machines or sewing rooms are in. Please comment
Actually, this
below.
is a great idea. We need to do a 4-week challenge in
In
January.
January, yes, like before
And
and
we need to
after.
hype that up and everything that we can to
Absolutely. This is
really
what
get,
we're gonna con Mari.
people do quilt alongs and things like that in January.
Forget it. It's
Everybody,
get
no,
your sewing
just
room
like
in order.
be able to function in your sewing room without all the stuff that is adjacent to your sewing room encroaching on it as well.
I need to do this. I 100% need to do this for sure.
We
Okay.
can we can film, we
We're
can do
gonna
all
do
the
this.
things.
We're gonna do that. That's the thing.
Who's in? AB's here. Where is
AB is here.
everybody?
I don't
Are we having
know.
technological difficulties or something like
I
that?
mean,
Now
there's
we're down
five
to
people
five.
on.
Well, there were more. There were eight, and then it just went down to five all of a sudden. So it's kind of
Can
funny.
you guys see us
Okay,
or
AB's
is
here. AB, we got you.
Stephanie's Wi-Fi being naughty?
It is being naughty today. I'm on and it is on.
Okay, that's good. Um, but yes, we totally will do this. But anyway, so I've done a couple of Zooms from here, and it's interesting when you do Zooms with people who are not fabric people because they're like, "That's a lot of fabric behind you," and I'm like, "Oh, this is
Oh,
150
oh,
quilts,
sweet summer child.
actually." And then I'm like, "Look at all my life's work for the last decade." Yes, I did make all the.
I see
Barbara
for
can see
me
us.
it's
Awesome, awesome.
yay. For me, it's like all my beautiful bolts and all my folded stuff. And then you have the eyesore of so I bought a smaller television
Yeah,
and then I'll be able to put quilty art up on it behind me or
perfect.
whatever.
So you get to put your
And
own photos on.
yeah, I
You're
can use
not
my own
like,
phone.
it's not like Google Chrome where it puts whatever up there.
No, it's not just whatever. Um, and I have that TV upstairs, so I already like have a lot of art for that. So I can make it look like an old-fashioned TV, or I
Hmm.
can pull up quilt photos of my own quilts and have them up on there. So that'd be really cool.
That is cool.
But that is the beginning of the end because I got to get that. That area looks kind of nice, set up and everything, but the TV doesn't look great. But I think once I get the new TV in, I'm going to want to, do everything.
I
So
have
January, it has to be.
so
We have
much
projects to
art.
work on for our cruise.
We have that too. We're our Chantel and I, our goal is to have our projects for the cruise figured out by
Hmm.
Thanksgiving-ish. So I kind of think I know what I'm doing because we're going to have less time. We have what, 3 sea days that we're
3 sea
splitting,
days.
which means that
Well,
we're
it's
looking,
about the same, really, because we split the last cruise with multiple other people.
we did, but we're looking at about a day and a half of class time each. So that's three
Hmm.
3 hour sessions, which realistically means I can do 3 types of triangles.
And that realistically means I can maybe do 3 hexagon
Yeah.
items, like larger hexagon
Yeah.
items. And of course, we have time. The sewing room does not close.
No, not at all.
It
You
is
can
it is
be
like
there whenever,
the bar
and
closes, but you know what doesn't close? The sewing room.
you might not have access to an iron, so you might want a
That,
steamroller with you. But
and there's nothing wrong with a flat iron in your room, by the way, in case you
we
you need
didn't tell you
something.
that. Nobody
Nothing.
suggested that.
No,
Not
not at
not
all.
one bit. But and Chantel and I will not have my kids, so which means Chantel and I will be in the sewing room with a
Because
cocktail in
we
the
want to
evenings.
be.
We do. This is our fun time.
Ray
Like
and
this
John
is
were like, "Why are you in here? You're not obligated to be in here right now." And I'm like, "You don't understand that we like live this. This is
we
like
need to have a moo night.
Moo night,
We're gonna have
Moo
a
and
moo night.
Mimosa night."
Oh, we're gonna look ridiculous going into the bar.
Yeah, Moo and Mimosas. Maybe we'll have them delivered.
Maybe we should do that. That might be an extra cost. We'll talk to Ray
It's
and John.
okay. We'll figure it out.
Just bring us a bunch of orange juice and leave a bottle of champagne. It'll be
It'll
fine.
be fine.
Yes. I may have drank the entire bottle of Prosecco that was in our room, like before the meet and greet
And
on
then
the last
that's
cruise.
a lot. The last time you drank champagne was in college.
Actually, I think it was my wedding.
That was not like a bottle, though,
No, it was a
was
whole
it?
bottle. I mean, I didn't drink a whole
At
bottle,
your wedding.
but so we went up to our room, and my parents must have arranged for us to have a bottle of
We are
champagne.
much more fun in person. You
Not
guys got to come
not
along.
knowing not knowing that the last time I drank champagne, it was $5 champagne that we had to chug for pledging.
I think it was
And
like
so
450 after
I
coupon
know,
kind of
right?
stuff. It was
I mean,
not.
I wonder how much Andre champagne is now. I
Oh
need
my
to Google
gosh, you
this.
want to know inflation? We need to know how much Andres cost now because
I know. I'm
whew.
looking this
We
up.
were
But
talking about
anyway,
inflation earlier about
we
like
were
the cost of soda difference. It's like how much does Andres cost now?
now we have to know. But anyway, so like this is my last memory of champagne is like it coming back up.
And champagning.
It was not good. And
Oh
so
Lord.
it was bad. And so like it was so nice. Andres is now $7.89 or $8.99 if you're at Target. So
Oh,
that's almost double since when we were
everything's
little.
almost double.
I know.
Did you
Anyway,
just
but
say when we were little? Because we were
when we were
little.
younger, it was like
We
20
were
years
little. Oh
ago.
my
We've known each
gosh.
other for 20 years, Chantel, this spring.
Aw, we're going on a cruise to celebrate.
Anyway,
Leaving the
so like
husbands
this
behind.
is like my last memory of champagne is drinking bad champagne and having to come back up very quickly. And then there's this
But you
bottle
won.
and then there's no, I was second.
That's close enough.
Close enough. So they give this lovely bottle of champagne and I'm just like, no, I'm good. I don't need that. I
What?
definitely don't need that.
Did
But
you
it was
drink it
di
at all?
when you're on the cruise though, that's totally different. Like it doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
It doesn't
That's
count.
true. Cruise hours only count for the positive things. It's like being in Vegas.
The other thing that is fabulous about a cruise, especially celebrity, is the service is they're so attentive to you.
Oh my
And
gosh, they are.
because we have a drink package that's included in it, like any drink up to $12 is just included. So if you're at dinner and you've got a glass of wine and they notice that you got like this much left, they'll be like, "Would you like some more?" And then sometimes you don't know how much wine you've actually drank when you stand up. And then you're like, is the boat moving or is it me? And
It's
but
always the
that's
boat.
kind of fun. It's the boat.
Always the boat.
But no, it's so much fun. And even if you're not a drinker, like it's still a lot of
You
fun.
can still get cocktails and things like that, and
I got the
without
kids
the
a kitty
alcohol.
cocktail and they were like, I don't like this. And I was like,
I
okay,
just
that's cool,
saw a
whatever.
video of this little guy who couldn't even say the word pina colada, and he had like 12 pina coladas in a day because he was on a cruise. And of course, they had no alcohol in it, but he's like, pina colada, So he's just this little guy that can't even say it right. And his parents just let him get as many as he wanted. He's like, this is pina colada 12. This is
So
pina colada 13.
my cousin, who now is grown and has a child of his own, was at my wedding and there were kitty cocktails. And there was also an open bar, which we were a little concerned about what was going to happen with the open bar.
There weren't a ton of our college friends there, so it was
There
okay.
weren't, but there was also all of Adam's family. And so there's that. But anyway, so the only one to get sick that night was my tiny little cousin who had way too many kitty cocktails. And he got sick all over. And he was like maybe eight,
Oh,
five
there were
or
a
eight.
lot of people sick at my wedding. It
Yeah.
was a mess. I got married the same week I graduated college, so you can imagine the crowd was a special thing, and John's family is a special thing, and it was a lot. We
I
went through
bet it
4 kegs.
Oh my gosh.
They
That's a
turned it
fair
into
amount.
an alcohol rehab center after our wedding. I'm not
Were
even
you the
kidding.
inspiration?
I think so. We were the proof that it needed to be.
Ah.
AB
AB
says
says
that,
it's
yeah.
all UFOs. So are you
Oh, me
talking like
too.
in January you need to do your UFOs or like what's staring you in the face of
Or
what
is the
keeps you from being
mess the
productive?
UFOs?
Because me, it's like like, okay, so I filmed last weekend and we were talking about all the quilting in the book. Shelly's like, let me help you fold that. And I'm like, it's fine, I got it. I don't got it.
You don't got it.
I don't got
You
it.
don't got girl.
Oh,
Terry's here. Hello from
hi,
Ohio.
Terry.
We're a mess, Terry.
We
I got some
are.
new things that I wanted to share. I'm really excited about these.
We need to see your ironing board cover at some point
Oh
because I can
yeah,
see it to the
actually
side.
you can see it to the side over here. I'm gonna have to show
We need a
everybody.
close up though at
I
some
know
point.
my I will in a little bit. My ironing board was looking like uh a mess. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jan.
Oh,
We'll talk you through it. If you need to email and get a hold of us, we can get you through
yeah,
it.
shoots. Here, I will email me.
Hmm.
Okay, so the cheaper rate with one room, just so we can say it right now, they do have a way of doing it, but it's kind of like a trick. Um, but they do, but like it's not like a hotel where you might get a little cheaper price if it's one person versus a whole family, because the cruise line wants two people in that room. So they're not necessarily going to give you a break if you're
It's
one
more
person in the
like
room.
it's
Like
more like
it,
a flight where you pay per seat
yeah.
and
So you're paying like per
instead of you
cabin.
got your row,
Yeah.
you
The
know.
guys do have a way of doing it. What they do is they book two people in and then one person cancels. Um, and that reduces the price somewhat, but it's not going to be
Having
like,
a single, but get a
yeah,
roommate too. It's
yeah,
not bad.
we've had several people who like met their person and did not know them before the cruise and they had a blast together. So that is
I
absolutely an
could not
option.
believe it.
Yeah.
We had a number of people that ended up rooming together. They wanted to go. It needed to be a bargain for them to be able to make it
Hmm.
work. They took an inside room. They took a roommate. They're like, we didn't spend any time in our room.
No.
What I spent with my roommate was completely cordial.
Yeah.
And a lot of them ended up being like really close. I had no
They were
idea
like
these two
going to the
women,
salon afterward
there
together.
was
Like
like
they were
two
having a
or
blast.
three groups of them
Yeah.
that I did not believe that they had not known each other before they had even gone.
And as far as
So
flights go, a lot of, I mean, it's way too
flights are
soon.
it's way too soon for
It's way too
flights.
soon to book a flight. But like when they were sending me options for Alaska, they sent me like almost a dozen options on multiple airlines and all different price points, all different times. And I picked the cheapest one because I'm a good Midwestern girl.
Mhm.
And,
I like to
but
choose the third from the cheapest because I'm only decent.
yeah. So like that's, it's one, it's just too soon. But I mean, you have a preferred airline, it's fine. You can fly a preferred airline. You got miles or something you want to use, fine. If
Hmm.
you just want to go the red eye because you're being a cheap Midwestern girl, they got you there too. Um, you want to do first class because you don't want to fly across the ocean, in a tin can, totally fine too. Like they will work with you with whatever
Hmm.
it is that you need.
They do
Um,
hope that you at least have the cruise mostly paid for before you're booking flights because flights are a non-refundable kind of situation.
that is accurate. You do want to pay the cruise
And
before you
flights, you're
do the
looking
flight.
at, 4 months to 6 weeks before is kind of your ideal window
Yeah.
for booking. I fly a lot.
Yeah.
So, um,
But
there
yeah,
is a
I mean,
window at which it'll be cheaper. It'll actually be more expensive to do it now because they're just opening up flights for next year through August.
yeah.
So, oh, I
Yeah, I
like the
get it.
research too, Jan, because
That's how it
just
should.
remember we're getting these comments like a half minute later. So we're not ignoring your comment until it pops up. It just pops up a little later for us. But I like to research too. Stephanie
Yeah.
knows this. I'm like the epic planner of all
Chantel
things.
knows all the things that are all happening, and I'm like, what am I doing today?
And I'm like, this is what you're doing today. Let's talk about it.
She
I've planned
literally,
this out. Here's the history of this. Let's go do this.
she knew I had a Zoom at 1:30 today. I
I'm not on
Forgot
the
about
Zoom.
it. She's not on the Zoom. She's like, "You got your Zoom, right?" And I was like, "Thank you for reminding me." Shut.
Like your secretary is here for you. That's
Ah,
how often we talk.
it is.
It's
But yeah,
like, yeah. I didn't know the exact time. I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 1:30.
it's all
So
good.
I got you.
So I have a meeting next week. That's going to be a fun meeting.
Was it a secret meeting? Or are you
I
dropping
think
are you
I can
dropping
drop.
hints?
I think I can drop a hint. Um,
Okay. Listen up, everyone. This is good stuff.
I might be designing a fabric collection again.
Maybe.
Maybe. I've said yes. The logistics need to be worked out, but I've said yes. But I'm not
Could
going to
be
say with
good.
whom or what I'm doing because, to be completely honest, I don't know what I'm doing. Um, so we'll figure that out.
You're like, even when I'm doing it, I don't always know what I'm doing. But
I can tell you it will either be teals or it will be a rainbow, and it will be nowhere in between. It's going to be one of those two things.
I
So,
can guarantee you that actually too.
yes, it's going to be a rainbow or it'll be
As
a
much
teal.
as if it were mine, it would be all these forest jewel tones,
Yeah,
you know, if that gives you any hints about the styling, because typically I work in neons.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's happening. Maybe, hopefully.
maybe. I hope
There's a
so.
meeting. There is a Zoom scheduled for a Thursday, I think. I forgot.
Well, you make sure you tell me
It's on
beforehand
my
so I can make sure you
calendar.
get there.
Oh my gosh. I'm a hot
Oh, I
mess.
was going to show you this stuff. Do you guys buy yourself stuff for Christmas and mark it as for you from
I do because
the
my husband
man?
will not be organized enough to do it. He's been told he has to purchase things on December 1st this year so that I feel loved and
Good luck.
appreciated.
You're like, good luck.
Oh,
I found these at my local quilt shop, but they are little foundation
ooh,
paper like templates, but they're all a little different.
that's
And
fun.
yeah, and
And
these
they all
this is the
finish the same size, I assume.
and like this is the scrappy like triangles, like the half
So,
square
does Santa
triangles.
arriving early for you, or will it
No, I'm
make it
not
to the tree?
starting them. And then the mini ones are at least going to make it to the stocking because I gotta fill that thing with something.
I
But
was very concerned last year that I was going to have a flat stocking and everybody else was going to be very full.
you're like, I was a naughty girl.
When you combine ADHD with being a UPS driver,
Oh yeah, you get nothing. Yeah.
yeah, your wife doesn't get much at Christmas.
No.
What happens is your wife tells your children, "Here's the Target app, here's your budget.
We're going to Galesburg to
Get
get this
get
album.
whatever
That's
get
what
whatever you
happens.
want." That happened too. I drove myself to Galesburg to get the Wicked album because I wanted the vinyl. And yeah,
That's what
I did
happens.
that to buy myself a Christmas gift. Adam has a notes app this year of all the things that Stephanie would like. And he was given a list of a very fancy sprayed edge ACOTAR set that I also would like. And
Oh
so,
yeah.
he has ideas. He has no excuse not to do it. So hopefully. But did they contact you or did you contact? Oh, for fabric. It's definitely a who you know situation. So somebody I used to work with a long time ago is now in a very
Hmm.
prominent role at a very big fabric company. And so we've reconnected and we're potentially planning a cruise for 2027. I can't say anything too much more about that because it's very early and we need a lot of sign off. Um, but if it happens, it will be with Chantel and I
Hmm.
and a major fabric company in a very cool
Yay.
location with very cool things to do once we get there, with a pre or post tour where we get to actually do some hands-on fabric making, which will be really fun.
That'd be
And
really cool.
then the fabric is also potentially coming out of that. So, but yeah, it's
So cool.
someone I've known for a long time in the industry who used to run their own like boutique fabric company, and now they're doing a similar thing but in a much larger space. So,
Yeah, my
um,
jealousy is overflowing, and the funny thing is that I'm totally in this too. So
oh yeah, for sure.
I'm like, I'm
This
not
is like
behind, but like it is just you have not lost it. You are
Not
still,
not fully. No.
no, you are
I mean, my
still,
marbles are kind of rolling across the floor, but
right, right. And I'm like gathering them as they
I
fall,
know,
and
right?
I'm like, oh shit, oh God, I got them. And you're
But
like, did you get that one over there? And it's
look,
fine.
this is how I feel like everything in life happens for a reason, though. Because when Angela was itty bitty baby, I was doing this block of the month, um, that accidentally ended up with a worldwide audience. And I was teaching at my local quilt shop. If any of you guys, this is like Stephanie's origin story, if anybody doesn't know it,
And
and
this is how she
probably
got
some
her
of you
cape.
don't. Yes. So I taught before I had kids almost every Saturday at my local quilt shop, which was like a 45-minute drive from me. That was the closest one that there was. And so I came up with this block of the month pattern and I thought, okay, I'll teach it. It'll be cool. And there were 5 people in the class, and I thought this is way too much work for 5 people. So I put it on Craftsy, which was like
Not what it was.
becoming popular, but wasn't like where it was at its height. And at the time, you could put like individual designers like me could put their patterns on there and get paid for them. So it was free. And I would film the video tutorials in like one take on a cell phone. This is like way before Stephanie had any idea what she was doing. And I was like doing it in my dining room table with the crappiest 1950s chandelier for lighting.
And
And
you weren't doing it for the big time. You were
no,
just
I
kind
was
of
just doing it
doing
for
it as a
funsies.
thing.
Yeah, it was just like something to entertain myself with. And so we're doing this, and by the end of the first year, I had 12,000 people from all over the world following along with that block of the month. It was insane, just absolutely insane. And because of that, somebody found it who Kit's block of the months, and she
Uh-oh.
wanted like the
You
actual
froze.
pattern. Oh no! Can you hear me at
I
least?
lost you there for a few minutes, for a
Can you hear
second,
me?
for like 10 seconds.
Can you hear me though?
You're still making a funny face.
Okay, but can you hear me? This is the main thing. Hello. Hello, hello. Stephanie's internet is unstable today.
Stephanie,
I know. I'm still here. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Chantal. Chantal. Hello. Oh, goodness. Chantal's coming back. Can you guys hear me? Cool. You guys can hear me. That's something. Okay. Oh, Chantal's on her way back in. Good deal. My Wi-Fi was totally out for a Zoom earlier today, and so I was like hacking my neighbors who used to work for me and gave me the password. So it was like totally fine. She doesn't care. But I was like, my kid's bunk bed was the background of my Zoom. It was not ideal, but you know, I knew all the people, so everyone was understanding. Chantel is frozen and coming back in. So anyway, I'll continue on with the story since you guys can in fact hear me. So I had this block of the month, and somebody who kits block of the months was like, I want to kit yours. And she just did like shows and stuff. And she ended up introducing me to this person who does all the boutiques and had her own boutique fabric production company. And it was just serendipity because it really just launched my career because I ended up filling this person's booth for market, and their booth was right next to my publisher's booth, and they took one look at everything I was doing and was like, we want you to write a book for us. And it just like snowballed from there. So it
did I
it
miss most of the origin story?
you know the origin story.
I don't know all of it.
You know most of it. I'll repeat it for you later. But
Like, say it again now. No,
I
you're
know. Well,
fine.
they all
I'll
heard it. We
watch the
don't need to do it again.
video.
You can. But it was
It
just
completely froze me out. And
it's
then,
all good.
who knows?
It's just, I feel like sometimes it's just serendipity. Like I remember like writing this pattern in the middle of the night, like pumping and to try to meet this deadline to get it to somebody. And then that introduced me to Reba, who like helped launch my career basically, because I was just right place, right time. And then it just blew up.
Well, and our friendship is really kind of a serendipitous thing too, because we met in college while drinking cheap champagne on a hill.
Blindfolded, trying to figure out who was the tallest.
You're taller.
Barely,
Congratulations.
very
Just a
barely.
little bit, a
Yeah,
little
there was
bit.
one person in between us.
And
Uh,
it's okay. We would have been in so much trouble had we had been closer to each other.
oh my God,
And
yeah.
we never really lost contact, but there were times there where we weren't like calling each other all the
Oh
time or
yeah.
anything. But we both kind of fell into quilting for the same type of reasons, for something else to do. And uh
I was literally just bored after college and I
yeah.
needed something to do.
And
And
I
then
had already been sewing.
my husband worked nights for most of the beginning of our relationship. So I needed something to occupy myself with in the evenings.
And I had already been sewing, and then when I had my son, I wanted to make him something because I was having terrible postpartum. So I
Yeah.
started quilting, although I was already accomplished at sewing. Um, and then all of a sudden, you have a quilt thing going on, and I'm falling into quilting. So I'm like, hey, like, this is really cool. Let me sign up for your thing because I'm a supportive friend, even though I haven't
Yeah.
seen you in a while. And then occasionally I would drop into her shop because I had
When she
family
was
in the
around town.
area.
Yeah.
And then, like, after this went back and forth for a while, like, what, 2.5 years ago or so, we
She's
just
like, let's do a quilt
decided,
retreat.
let's just do something.
And we were both kind of like, is this going to be weird? Because like
There
we
was the
commit,
total possibility that this was
it was
going to
like we were
go
there for
bad.
what, 3, 4 days with just the two of us after
Well,
not really
after
spending time
talking for
together.
a while, I'm like, she's not a serial killer. I can at least
Soon.
learn something. There's 2 bedrooms.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it should
There
be
were
fun.
3 bedrooms. We used one exclusively as a design wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. There were 3 bedrooms. That was a great house for that, but the chairs sucked.
They did suck.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
table was way too high.
And this
But
the table's up here and you sat in the chair and was like boom.
I think we were stealing
Like,
pillows from the couch to like make
yeah, we
ourselves
were.
taller.
And
Maybe if we
I
weren't
was taping
five
things on the
two,
walls.
if we weren't 5'2", maybe it would have worked
I
better.
know. We averaged a 5'2" together. I'm five
Yes.
one and a half. You're what, 5'2.5"?
Somewhere thereabouts, yes.
Yeah, so I mean we average right at 5'2", and
My
so it
sister
would
has started claiming 5'3", which I think is bullshit because she's not 5'3". She's
she's
like
just
5'2"
not
and 3/4. Like,
in 3/4. That's funny. But it worked out. And that's when things started kind of going rough a little bit for the company. And
oh yeah,
it was just good timing for both of us
it
because
was hot mess central for Stephanie at that point in my life, but it was fun.
you didn't type all of that right off the bat.
Yeah.
You weren't gonna share it all. And yeah, after that, it just, and then we're on cruises together. And now my husband asks, "Who are you on the phone with?" And I just stared at him tonight,
Like, who do you think? Uh,
like it's Friday night at 7. It's not your mom. Like,
oh
of course
goodness.
it's Stephanie.
Of
Everybody
course.
else calls me during the day, which she also does. Then you can
I do.
ask,
But did we talk to each other twice today?
at least.
At least. That
This is
doesn't
time
include the text
3.
messages.
Oh yeah, that doesn't include text messages. Like
No.
actual phone calls. We're old school. We talk on the phone. We
No,
need
that's not
to.
really a millennial thing though. Like very few millennials are like phone people.
All my
It's
friends are
it
phone
means
people because they
it
have to
means we're
be.
special. Yes.
I don't live near anybody. And well, that's the thing. It has to be worthy of being on the phone super casually while kids are yelling in the background and knowing when to pause because things are happening in the background.
We literally have a plan on Sunday to call each other with our headphones in so that way we
Hmm.
can clean things and
Hmm.
make the cleaning part less. awful because we're having a conversation with each other.
Yeah,
Do
we're
any of
going to
you
body
guys
double.
do any of you guys have this like relationship with a friend where you can be like, "Hey, I need to clean something. Let's get on the phone for like an hour." And
Like I need to do something uncomfortable basically, and I need somebody to talk to me about anything else other than what I'm doing right now so I don't suffer so bad.
yes, cleaning the disaster that is my bathroom.
You
Or,
called for the bathroom last
oh, I
week.
did that for sure. I did that. I
Stephanie
just
and
want to say my skin after I have used my skincare and my CeraVe, it feels so good. Shit.
oh, I feel
It has
awful.
not
I feel
felt
like
this good in
sandpaper on
forever.
this side, and I
It
got a
feels so
zit
good.
on this side. I got
Oh,
a
I have
newfound
zits
spot.
everywhere. If it's embarrassing the amount of acne I have at the moment. I look like a teenager.
You know, this is apparently what 40 is. I don't know because I'm only 39, but oh, I only get
I
to pull that
would
for one
give
more month.
you I would give you a
Oh.
gesture, but I think we would get in trouble with YouTube. But just know what I'm thinking
Just
right now.
just one more month and then I'm there too.
I have 2 more months and then I'm 41. So
Ouch. Oh, I'll always have that above you.
my goal is to have my draft of my book like ready to go for like the
For
big
novel.
edit. Yeah, my novel for like the big edit by the time I turn 41. So that way, like year
Oh, that'll be
40
done.
was basically like finding my new self, I feel like, and getting Stephanie
Finding half of
groove
yourself.
back.
The other part
Yes,
is re-bringing up this from the ashes. You got to be a bit of a phoenix
true.
here.
I am, and I'm cool with that. And like part
And
of it was
Ray would
just
eat me alive if I didn't push that.
true. Absolutely. Yeah,
Ray,
I'm excited. Like I'm ready to like I've been filming again and I'm excited about
she's doing
figuring out what my
skincare,
next
guys.
project
Clearly
is.
she cares about the
I
screen.
It's been God knows how long since I've done skincare, Chantel. A
Oh, I don't
long
even
time.
wash my face. I'm terrible.
I Look,
I use
Lily used to
baby
do it with
wipes.
me. It was hilarious. Like she would be like 3 and we would wash our face together at night and then I would give her just a little bit of cream because it was expensive. And she would just like, do the
Oh my
it was
goodness.
adorable. Adorable. And then like yesterday she walks into my room looking like Tammy Faye Baker because she's gotten into the sparkly eyeshadow and she's got gold all over like all in the lids and then coming around. It
Oh
was
my
hilarious.
goodness.
I was like, "Oh, you did your makeup. Yeah, do you like it?" Fabulous, Lily.
It's so fabulous. You look like a drag queen. It's great.
Pretty much.
You look like
That
a
is
queen.
that's
Yeah.
I mean, a queen. We're not going to be too specific there.
Not gonna be too specific, but you look like a queen.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
I
You
have
had
I have a
quilting more things. We got on a
I
big
do.
tangent.
I had fabric show up.
Ooh,
Actually, you'll love this one
like
because
that
you
you
did,
purchased and forgot about,
yeah.
or like,
No,
okay,
new fabric that I did not forget about.
okay, there you go.
Do you remember Social Hour, Ruby Star? You did a quilt for it, Bling.
Yes, I do.
She did a throwback,
Oh, I love it.
and it's my colors and it's your colors,
It
but
is.
mostly
Where
my
is
colors.
Bling? I have Bling somewhere hiding. See,
And
there are
let's see.
shelves. Someday I need to do a
I does
tour of the
not
shelves.
envision.
Like this is the Allison Glass shelf. This is the Clothworks, or no, this is the Wyndham shelf. And then we have a lot of Figo.
You only did
Clothworks.
like one Ruby Star.
That's because Moda is difficult to work with from a cash flow perspective.
Got you.
So everyone else will call you and be like, I'm shipping fabric. Are you good to receive fabric? And Moda is just like, boom, give me $4,000. It's like,
You're Moda. You
wow,
can, if you're
maybe I don't
Moda,
have
apparently
four
you could do
thousand
that.
dollars right now to give you. And they're like, but you have a net 60. I'm like, but still, maybe not the second.
Right.
So that's
I
why.
mean, Yeah. So you did Social Hour. I wish I had bought that whole collection. That thing is worth a lot of money now, all those fabrics, and I have most of them still.
That
Um,
quilt they featured as their like top 9 on their Instagram one year.
it was really cool. I
It
love
was
that
a fun
quilt.
one.
I've because it shows off big patterns really. You gotta find that one. It's
I have
behind you somewhere.
reused, I'm sure, I have reused that block multiple times in different settings because it's just such a fun block to do stuff with.
I do not see it.
I don't know, it's somewhere. It exists.
It exists.
It's
Next
it's somewhere
time.
up here.
Well, I this is what I did do though. I accidentally bought it in two sizes. So I did forget, sorta, kinda.
Did you do
I
like
was
two different
so
pre-orders?
yes. I did a pre-order of the fat quarter and then I bought a charm pack.
So I did that
I like
too a
to have a
couple
little bit
times.
of it.
There are times like because a rep will come and visit you in your store and you'll order whatever.
Hmm.
And then you'll get emails too from the company about, hey, pre-order deadline. And so sometimes I would have to email my rep and be like, did I order this?
Yeah,
And if not, I would
that
like
makes
it.
sense.
Yes.
I
That's a
am
very
really
normal thing.
excited about this one. This one has a lot of fun retro colors.
Ooh, that is
And
very fun.
look at that a cheater print.
That is fun.
That, and I love some
That
EPP.
I feel like that needs to be this bag right here because it can
Oh
look like
yeah.
you could like quilt it up like it is, like you did all those.
Hmm.
That could be so fun.
But what a fun cheater print right there. I
That is
say
super fun.
cheater, not cheetah, because there is a cheetah. Well, I
There
guess it's
is.
technically a tiger.
Why am I yawning? I'm not tired.
We're not tired. We're
I'm
doing this.
not. We're gonna do it. We're not cutting at 10:30 today.
We're not. We're doing this. And even if we're on our own, we stole this time. So they have it in a couple color waves. So I didn't know how much I would like this because these colors on a computer screen weren't reading quite as,
They do look very like 1970s to me.
but at the same time, the more I look at it, the more it's like my upstairs
Yeah.
kind of decor that like playfully
Hmm.
70s, but not like brown 70s. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's very
Like all the
playful.
owl stuff we were forced to have
Hmm.
in our sorority.
Yeah, because there were no owl things when
So
we were in
we
college.
we were in college in the mid 2000s and our
Here's
owl,
another
our
one.
um sorority symbol was the owl. And so pretty much everything that anybody had came from Fred and Ethel's, which was this 1950s throwbacks, retro store near the college. And it was
You would call it
it
a
was
thrift, but
ugly.
it was more retro. It
It was ugly stuff. But, that
lamps
was
of
what we had to
owls
work
whose
with.
eyes glow, and
I
gold
totally
necklaces
want
that had
though,
like the chains that
I want a macrame legit 1970s owl to hang in my living room.
so I can't like make you an owl and have it work out.
I mean,
You need the
I
old
would
one.
I would 100% accept a macrame owl from you.
And I'm not macrameing, but I'm just saying like
However, if I could find like a 1970s one to hang, like
with the big brown wood eyes.
I have this section in my dining room that I want to be like all vintage or handmade by me, like cross stitch, embroidery, macrame,
Mhm.
and just have it be like this collage
Very
situation.
kitschy.
Yes, and I have one that's like Hummels, and I want it all like in rounded frames. Like I don't want any
Hmm.
square
Or
anything
like
in there,
ovals and
oval
things
or
like that.
round, just so that they're just kind of like all over the place. Like that's my goal in life is to have that.
My goal was to have a calendar wall, and I have a calendar wall.
You
So
do.
I like to hoard calendars for the artwork, and then I change out all my artwork. And I should probably don't look at the mess on the floor. I don't know if you'll see the mess on the floor, but I have this whole wall of random calendars, vintage and like more recent. But I have
Is that
Tim
Tim
Gum.
Gunn?
Yeah, over there making work in my sewing room.
I was looking, I like to have a Rifle Paper Company calendar in my
I have
kitchen.
multiple of
Yeah, I
them
get
up
it. I
there.
get a new one every year because I love
Keep
them.
the
They're
old
big.
ones. You can use them for prints. I use them for
So
prints everywhere.
you remember how, so I'm writing a fiction book and there was a character that was pregnant and I had to map out her pregnancy so that things would hit
Yes,
at the right times. And like I had an 18-month cycle from like mapping out this whole romance and the pregnancy cycle and like when she should have had the baby, like all the things, which is hilarious because Chantel
it's
thinks
not relevant anymore.
it's so funny. And now I have to scrap the whole thing. And I was looking at that. It was like up on that wall and it was like Lena gets pregnant. And I was like,
Oh,
how
not
many? I
today.
literally spent at least 2 nights
This is
working.
what it feels like to be God. Like, not today.
I literally spent at least 2 nights like working that out
She
and
did.
erasing and moving things around. And
You also have something on your fridge. Well, maybe it's not on the fridge anymore,
it's
but
still on the
your
fridge. That's never coming to fruition. Not
your garden plan,
I had a 6-year garden plan, which included like a privacy fence and stuff.
all this stuff.
This is what
I think
happens
it
when
should still
Stephanie
happen.
gets a creative,
She
hair
gets
up
a
her butt
creative wave and
at
it
about
just has
10
to
o'clock at
happen.
night. And then my husband will look at me and go, "So this is what we're doing tonight, huh?" And I'm like, "Yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the zone. We're mapping out a 6-year garden plan."
You're like, I'm not creating a quilt pattern every month, so I'm creating a 6-year garden plan. What's wrong with that? I don't see the problem.
I know. So, like, I know you guys heard about this. So I'm writing a fiction book and I'm working with the Novelry to do it, which is fabulous. I have a coach that's a best-selling author, and I have an editor who's worked at the top 5 publishing companies. And they have
Mhm.
pushed me to the max, and I love it. Like I almost swore I love it so
Where
much.
others would break and fall and feel like their ideas sucked and like
Yeah.
wither, she's like, all
Yeah,
right,
like
we go to the next level.
I was literally told like I blood, sweat, and tears. I've written books 1 and 2 and like a third of 3. And it all hinged on this one plot point where one of the pregnant or the characters gets pregnant and the baby doesn't make it. And I'm in my
It's true.
first meeting with my editor and she goes, "Look, beginning of your book, solid. I want to know what's happening. It's awesome. You cannot have a baby that doesn't make it in romantasy." And I was like, dang it.
You're like,
Because
that's like a book and a half. That's not
I
gonna
know,
work.
it's more than that. It's
Two
like a
books,
whole
really?
book because it's the entire second half of 1 and the entire beginning of 2 is like dealing with
Oh my
this.
God.
Like it happening and then the
You
aftermath of it.
you
And I
probably
was
called me first after that, and you're
I
like, is that
did.
how it works?
I was like, well, okay. But here's the story, and I feel like this is a good life lesson too. My first job out of college was as a copy editor and page designer at the Quad City Times, which is a newspaper in Davenport, Iowa. We had a columnist who their editor was afraid to cut anything. That would not change a single word of this person's copy, not one word. And she could write 21 column inches or she could write 25 column inches, and everything in between looked like crap because then you would have the teeniest, tiniest little jump of text on page 2 and it looks stupid. And so I learned at 22 that there's nothing wrong with a red pen and editing always makes it better. So I went into the school knowing if they tell me to rip my book apart or my entire series, I'm going to do it because at the end of
Because
the
they know what
day,
they're doing.
yeah, they know what they're doing more than I do. And I, at the end of the day, want a book that people want to read. And if I've written something that's has such a big trigger warning that no one's going to read it, well, then sure, I can do something else.
Yeah, we can do something about that.
And so they've just been pushing me in the,
I'm just
and
thinking about it. It was
I
wild.
know. And they're just like pushing me. They're like, get more in, quit holding stuff back for books 2 and 3 because
Cut
you're gonna get one
words.
published. Like, and like some people would just be like devastated. You have to cut. Like,
It's their baby, and you're
I
like literally,
literally
I'm cutting out of.
deleted,
We're deleting.
I literally deleted like half my book, but I'm already like just running with it. But I
Oh,
have like
we figured it out.
We did. I have like 2 weeks until I meet with the editor again. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And I was like talking with someone else in the school because I don't know that I really want to like work on it because if I'm still told you have to go in a different direction, then I've done all this work
I
and
don't think they're going to
then
tell
what?
you that this time, though.
I don't think they will either. I'm like 95% sure I'm going to pass, but on to the next stage. But I'm like, I talked to someone, they're like, this is where you get like really good into your current chapter outline, which I feel like I have, but I can read it daily. But I think I'm also just gonna replot book two now because book two needs to
Book
have a
two
whole new
makes
plot
no
line.
sense now.
No, it doesn't. I need to have a whole new love story.
Speaking of
But
books, how
that's where
is
I'm
your
at.
book doing? Your book that you just
Oh, this book
released.
right here. This one right
Oh,
here.
that one.
Yeah, that one. The patchwork, or the
The
Panda
one
Quilting
that
Workshop.
has no romanticy in it at all,
It
unless you're
does not.
using those quilts inappropriately.
I mean, I do have quilts in my book, and one of my characters is going to learn to knit. So
There
there
we
we go.
go.
And the magic appears as threads. So, you can take the
There's little
girl,
things.
you can take the girl out of the quilt, but you can't fully pull it out. Um, it is doing well. I have not checked Amazon. I need to get another video out this weekend. And at this point, I'm just kind of
Mm.
like picking out of the hat which one do I want to do next.
Do you guys have
Because
any opinions of what you want to see?
they
Because let's see
all
what you've done so
exist.
far.
I think I was going to do a quilting play-by-play next. So I think I'm going to do a quilting play-by-play of if I can find it, because this picture's adorable. Um,
The Little Mermaid one, huh?
yeah, that one. The quilted playmat, because those are super fun, and anybody who has a baby
Needs a
shower,
Christmas gift. We need to talk about
I mean
that
that
stuff too
too.
next, probably next time. But Christmas gifts, we are there, guys, where we
I
are
don't want to
making the
think
things.
about that. This one.
We're somehow there. We're like, we just need to make our projects for our stuff. So if you look closely at this picture, you have to know that is a real little child
That is
sitting up,
my
and
real little child. That is not AI. And
that is her little baby.
I bought the wig and the costume and the toys all for the photo shoot. And I need to do a video on just how I staged everything for photos
You
because we
do.
all want to have Instagram worthy pictures. And like,
That's a good point because I just got done with a quilt test, for example,
yeah.
and we were required to send in pictures. And it's always a little overwhelming, but I've had a couple years of messing around with my
hmm
camera and taking pictures of quilts, and I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing.
All these
Go
photos were taken on
outside,
my
for
iPhone,
example.
by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can tell, and no shade at all, that some people had taken theirs inside in poor lighting, or they had backlighting and you could see all the seams, for example, because they haven't backed it yet. But knowing how to film or take a
Yeah.
picture of something that you can
It's so
actually
important.
post is a big deal.
So like
That's
this
so
one,
cute.
I had this chair. I love this chair. It's in my kids' room right now, but someday I want it back in my living room.
I
And
can't see how that's a chair.
it is a chair. It's like this part is a chair, and
Oh,
the
okay.
quilt is draped over it. So
I
this
got
is
you.
just another Laurel Birch quilt that I had. And so all Laurel Birch goes with all Laurel Birch. So I
It
put
really does.
that,
I got a Laurel
yeah,
Birch back here, guys, hanging on my
yes.
wall. That
So
was in my childhood bedroom.
so
Well, not that one in particular, but that
I dr
exact print.
I draped that over first to give it some more dimension so that we weren't just seeing gray chair because gray chair against Laurel Birch is, I mean, it's a nice neutral, but it's not gonna
It's
make
not
look like it
going to
belongs.
enhance it.
And then I just arranged it so that I could see clearly a front of one and a back of the other. And, just really kind of went to town on that. And it was so much fun. There were others where I like really oh, this is my biggest trick is go find like a concrete wall that you can put something against because it always looks cool. This is an amphitheater near where my house is, right across the street
Oh,
from where we went to college.
yep.
And
My friend got married there.
did they?
Yeah.
And I love it because it's just like a really rough background, and as long as it looks neutral, it really makes all your colors pop. So that's really fun.
out in the natural light makes a big
Exactly. Well, but it's not
difference.
just natural light. You need
It's
it
the
to be
time of day
filtered,
too.
filtered natural light. Because if you're in the sun or
If
if
you
you
get
have
that direct light, it's
that's bad. Your fabrics don't appear the way they actually are. They will get blown out and they won't be evenly photographed, and it just is not a good situation. So a nice cloudy day, perfect.
a
In the
north
shade,
facing situation.
perfect. Yeah. So those are all things that are good. This is at that same amphitheater, but it's on a bench, and it was a cloudy day. And so I got really great
And
photographs.
the funny thing is that the sky there really mimics the fabric that you have there,
It
and the
does, doesn't
concrete
it?
really mimics the gray that you used.
But I love a good quilt against a concrete backdrop. It is like the coolest
I
setting
love
for
when
me.
people hold quilts up against like brick backdrops and things like that too, particularly when they're painted white or gray.
So I will use command strips,
Hmm.
and it doesn't work forever, but it works long enough to get your
A
quilt.
photo.
Yeah, a photo. And then you get a nice square photo too. And so I've done that many times. This one
Oh,
was
that's good to
so,
know.
so fun.
Oh, you
This
talked
one,
about that a little last week, how you did all the
yeah,
tea cakes and everything.
I did. I made all of the um little
She went
decorate or
shopping for
all the
that,
foods. And then yeah,
for the dishes.
I drug my kids all over the place to find a mismatched china set. And I was able to find most of it from Goodwill, but then I ended up also going to an antique shop so that I would have a full place setting. And I bought silverware that matched because I did not have enough matching silverware to do the whole
I have to
thing.
know, was one of those pieces what impaled your husband?
I don't know which one impaled my husband. I washed every single fork
I
that
was
we
gonna
had.
say, we don't
Oh,
know which one
we don't
was the
know.
one.
This one too. Like this is my grandmother's Christmas dish set that I just set
Mm,
everything out. It definitely wasn't Christmas when I put it together. But it's like
not even close.
you want to give people an idea of how it goes. Like this one, I made sure to have an actual amaryllis in with it to go next to the amaryllis bulb. Um,
I mean, it's the same in real estate photos where
yeah,
they go in and they want to show an opportunity.
exactly.
And so when you're taking photos of something, particularly in a situation where you're trying to sell the idea, you're
Yeah.
trying to sell the moment,
So
not necessarily just the quilt.
this one was spring. I wasn't able to find any daffodils because of the time of year, so I ended up with my pothos plant in front of it instead. And then
Goodness.
I just did like my pottery collection with it. Um, what else do we have? This one is real florals. So these probably came from Costco. Um,
Probably.
I was not able to find any fall floral. So this is a silk flower that is the same type of flower that is in here, the bittersweet. I was very lucky to find that. And then I
Did
just ended,
those four panels come as some sort of set, or did you just
no,
happen to find seasonal panels and use them as
I
art?
was working with Stephanie Brandenburg of Frond Design Studio at the time.
Okay,
So she happened to have ones that worked. And so
nice.
that's just what I did with it.
I
And
have
like
a new
even this
panel.
one, like I bought all the stuff knowing I
Mhm.
was going to put the kid in it. And I definitely wanted to make sure her face wasn't in it because I didn't want,
Right, like a privacy kind of thing, but you also
well,
didn't want it
yeah,
to be about her. It's not her picture, it's the quilt.
it's the kid playing as a mermaid on top of the quilt.
Right.
That's the scene I wanted to set. So sometimes, you are going to buy props. This quilt is hung up using command strips outdoors.
Oh yeah.
And that was just on a plywood. That's also at that same amphitheater place. This was hung
Once
up
you
on
find your
concrete.
places, keep them
I
in
know,
your
right?
pocket. I have a bench I like to use at in Pekin where I do my band concerts, and I
Yeah.
have these like beach clips that I can clip onto this like very intricate looking bench. And
Hmm.
basically the bench keeps it from swinging under in the wind and it frames it out really nicely.
This is also on concrete, in the same amphitheater. And you have to know your times of day too, because this was all in the shade, and it's not always in the shade at all times of day.
Right.
And so you have to know, when am I going to hit it? When am I going to not? And you can almost see there's like a teeny bit of sun in the corner here. But mostly it's all in the same amount of shade. But you have to have even lighting across, otherwise it just won't look right
I
when
have
you're
a
done
new
with it.
panel that I got with that Best Day Ever fabric kit or whatever that I bought. And it's
Mhm.
super cute. It's like these big typewriters or whatever.
That is cute.
And it's four of them. And what they did, what Ruby Star did with them, which I think is super cute, is they just sewed it into essentially one large panel and did ties on the end. So you have
Hmm.
a cover for your sewing machine
Oh, that's
that
fun.
looks like little typewriters.
It is cute.
Well, I guess technically they would have cut the middle so that they would have, been a proper looking typewriter on either side. But and reversible. So super cute. You
This
can
is
do a
an
lot with them.
this is another
Oh,
one
I have
where
that kit. I haven't
I
done it
know
yet though.
my daughter designed this one. She does not even remember designing or making it, but she's published in a book and she's on the cover for her creation. Um, but this one was, you can see it was like a perfectly cloudy day. And so it was just all evenly lit, just the right amount to be able to get the photos. And this kid is hiding behind this
She's in
bridge.
there.
She's
She's in
in
the
there.
photo.
She is behind here holding it down. And it was really fun. And this is just like a tiny little bridge. It kind of looks like a little ferry thing at a
I have a
park
bridge
near
I like to
me.
use sometimes too.
But it doesn't work all the time. It's got to be the right kind of day. But look at how cute that is. I mean, it looks like a fairy tale. You got the stone bridge in the background and your unicorn, and it just works. And this
Sometimes
is
the floor of your living room is not where you want to take photos.
no, definitely not. Hang that quilt up somehow. Like this is another one that I use the command strips to just hang it on the wall.
Do you use the
And
typical command strips, like the
oh yeah,
poster strips?
you want the medium or the large.
You want the
Um,
medium or large, not the Velcro ones.
yeah, no, the
The
Velcro ones. I get the ones that are Velcro,
at
that stick
Costco.
to each other. I normally get them from Target. But you want the medium or large, and
Oh, I think it's Sam's Club that we get them.
I put them every foot on the top, and I generally pre-stick those before I go anywhere. And then I like get those really well secured to the wall. And then
And then you,
I add ones to the sides and to the bottom corners. And you really kind of want to smooth that out because then it makes your quilt look very, very square. And you're able to get quilt photos where you're able to just have it look absolutely fantastic. Like these are all
there's
stuck
a
to my
lot of
wall
photos.
with
Yeah.
command strips. I didn't sew a single hanging sleeve on these. I just stuck them up with command strips.
You probably didn't even do all of the binding.
I
You
didn't do
probably,
any of the binding. Let's be honest. Stephanie needs to have a series where she goes, Stephanie binds a quilt. That needs to be
it's
my,
going to be a 300 week process.
I know. Maybe
Whatever.
that's what I should start doing on Friday nights. We need to have Stephanie binds a quilt every Friday night.
Stephanie binds a quilt. Stephanie can't
None of these quilts are bound
nights
like with anything other than glue.
all the way.
Not a single one. Maybe a few. Very few.
Girl, you just need to get over it and do it. I mean, I like a machine binding for anything I'm going to use, but I'm very particular about how I do it.
I can't
So
stand it. I can't. Like I did it on
I
a
will do a
quilt.
decorative stitch. I will do it in a way where I stitch the one side perfectly and it comes through the other side, but it matches all along.
I
I
can't
have
do it.
ways of doing it, but I only do, I like to actually hand sew, so it's not
I
really
know.
a problem for me.
It
My
doesn't
problem
bother
is
me.
getting it on the quilting machine and actually quilting it. I have a
It's
ton of
more,
quilts sitting over there just staring at me.
it's the dog hair. That is my problem.
What?
Yes. Like if I'm going to sit down and I'm going to bind something,
Oh,
by the time I am done binding that, that sucker is covered in basset hound hair.
that's not a
Covered.
lie. That's why you need to do it downstairs.
I know. Yeah, they
Hmm.
need help getting down here. Willow can get down on her own. Jelly Roll just cries at the top of the stairs.
He does.
She can go down the stairs, but she needs an escort because I think she thinks she's just going to keep on going. The momentum is just going to tumble her down all the way.
She's just like a jelly bean.
So we named this Basset Hound Jelly Roll when she was 8 pounds. We did
You
not
named her
realize
correctly.
she was going to become a 75-pound Basset Hound. So
That was well named.
she is a Jelly Roll for sure. I named that dog, obviously, but
That dog is great, though. I mean, they're all great, and they just want love and attention, and they're all so short, and you have to bend over to pet them. I'm so used to
I
my
know.
dogs just being like, we had a meeting earlier this week, and my dogs were in the background, like going flip, flip, flipping my arm up, and the next thing I know, one of them is on top of the other one behind me, and nobody's noticing in the Zoom meeting, and I'm just like,
I did not notice.
guys, ah!
I did not notice at all. Thank God. You know, Gray and John would have
The
said something.
incriminating things you can say after being on air for an hour because
I
it's
know,
just you
right?
guys. It's our
It
friends
is.
now.
I might have to go visit Lenny for a minute. Speaking of
That's
incriminating
fine.
things.
I think let me grab something else that I could talk about. I
All
mean,
right.
I have a
You
million
talk
things.
about
Oh,
something.
I want to talk about my pleater.
You do that. I'm gonna leave my headphones down here because you do
Yes,
not
because we
need.
don't want to have a Lenny moment. So,
Just so
um,
you guys know, when we say I gotta go use the Lenny, that is the name of my long arm, but it also means one of us has to go to the bathroom. It's like our code word.
yes, it's our code.
So I'm gonna go to Lenny for a minute and I'll be right back.
Hurry up. Oh my gosh, how do you guys deal with us? We are a mess. I did some online shopping this week for marketplace, like Facebook Marketplace, and I came across something I've been looking for a long time. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these, but it's a smocking plate, a pleater, smocking pleater, not a plate. And basically, it even came with a VHS. So I'm gonna have to show Stephanie this. She hasn't seen it yet. But it is a old tool. Let's see if they have any pictures of what it actually does. It says it in like a million languages. But do you know when you had pleats of fabric and then you did the smocking or whatever to them? I have one of these machines now that'll thread it and do all the ruffles for it. And they're very expensive because they only make them in South Africa and England now. This one's from Australia from before they shut down. And so what it is it's this, you guide your fabric through these back plates, and these are all needles. So these all get threaded. And essentially it makes the pleats and then pushes it onto the needle and through to make your pleats. And so part of me was, this has barely been used at all. Part of me was wondering how I could use this in quilting and not just dressmaking. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. But I thought, how cool is this thing? Stephanie, look at this thing. She can't hear me yet.
That is, I need to play with this when I come visit you.
Yes, super cool, right? Like you feed your fabric through, it pushes the fabric through, it causes the fabric to essentially do this
But
and
will it,
feeds it onto the needle. The needles have thread on them.
but does it only work for that wide or can it get wider?
You would have to do this wide and then essentially do another set of it.
Okay.
But you can reset these needles. So like if you need to have the threads going through your pleats every inch instead of every half inch, or if you needed the first one. So every little notch here can be a needle.
That's amazing.
And most people for a pleating of a like a girl's dress or even like a woman's dress would only be about this far.
I may or may not have an entire 15-yard roll of Jordan plaid. Just so you know.
You know, you might need one of these. So essentially what you
It's
would
right
do
over
is
there.
you would roll your fabric up onto a dowel rod is what is suggested. And you would feed it through here, and then it would feed through these plates.
That's so cool.
Yeah, isn't that fun? It was like,
I
can I
need to play
quilt a
with
whole
it.
quilt like this?
Oh
Let
goodness.
me try. Really cool. And it came with all the extra needles and the threaders, and for some reason, a whole bunch of Singer bobbins. Um,
You should just
which
throw
I'm
those out. You're not supposed
not
to
really
mix
sure,
and match that kind of thing.
not really sure why it came with a whole bunch of Singer bobbins, but oh, it came with a VHS. So, you know that
Do you even
TV I
have
have?
something you can play it
Yes.
on?
You know my TV that I have sitting up in here with my, it's a VHS
Dude,
13-inch TV.
I should bring my recital, my senior recital recording.
Yeah, it's on tape.
Yes.
Nice.
I have a tape, like a cassette tape too of it. So
Oh, well,
for those of you guys who
I
don't
have an
know,
8-track player, but I don't have a cassette
Chantel
player.
Chantel and I are both talented on the piano, or at least used to be. And I had a I studied at a conservatory of music and had to play a senior recital that was 45 minutes long with everything memorized. Yeah.
I gave up at a certain point and became a French hornist,
Yeah.
and that was my thing.
I had to play
That's okay.
concerto,
You were in choir.
freaking choir.
You in that choir.
Oh, I mean, it was fun. I can sing very well when everybody around me knows what they're doing. If
Oh,
it's just me, you don't want
no
to hear
idea.
it.
It's not a soloist.
Do not want to hear it. I can sing You Are My Sunshine, Two Babies when nobody else is in the room. And then that sounds pretty decent.
Yeah, I understand
That's
that.
it.
I can do that too.
That's the only way.
Yeah. I can sing really well in my car. Only my car knows.
I can't even do that.
That's the
I
only
do
place.
know the proper ways to sing though. Like my older daughter can sing decently well. Like she's had a solo before in her choir, but she doesn't understand how to like hit the note. She scoops up to the note always. So she'll be
Hmm.
like listening to Benson Boone or who sings Ordinary? Alex something or other. And she
Yeah.
just like scoops and I'm just like you can't. No, you have to be on to start. You cannot scoop up. It sounds really
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, ordinary.
And
La
then
da 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 da.
But then the 5-year-old picks up on that criticism, doesn't understand it, but well, every time Angela is singing in the car goes, that's not how you're supposed to sing. It's just like, oh
Oh
my God, can
no!
literally we cannot
Oh,
go more than 5 minutes in a car without them wanting to murder each other. It's very stressful for me. And then
I
Chantel and I have like a 7 o'clock phone call where we info dump with each other on how awful things were this week before we can get on
how hard it
with you
was on
guys.
us because we know we're privileged and we know that we have it well, but at the same time, having somebody else that suffered in the same manner and getting it out feels better, and then we're able to like pick it up and
Oh, I
move
had
on
a lovely,
a little
embarrassing
bit.
interaction this evening. I don't think I fully told you the whole
Oh, a
story.
new story.
I got myself pulled over because
Oh,
my stickers are out of date on my license. Significantly out of date. And
not like last month.
not like it's okay, we'll give you a warning, like get it taken care of or you're going to show up at court kind of a situation. And so this is this is Stephanie's level of
That's now
organization.
a Today Stephanie problem.
It is officially a Today Stephanie problem. And so anyway, um, I have my 5-year-old in the back seat. And so the officer's like, can you roll down your window just so I can see? So he sees, okay, there's a 5-year-old back there. I know I'm in the wrong. I'm well aware that
You're complying with
way,
everything. It is
I'm
what it
like,
is.
I know I'm getting a ticket and I'm not getting out of it. And there's no way. So I'm being very agreeable. Meanwhile, my 5-year-old behind me is asking question. Why can't we leave? Why can't we just go? Why can't we blah blah blah? And just all over the place. Why is the light so bright? And it's just question after question after question after question. And I was finally like, and I've got my window down because, and it's
You're
dark, so
supposed to.
I cannot see like anybody coming. And so I was really calm, but then it was like you hit the level where you're just like, it's
I
enough
can't hold it
questions. It
anymore.
is enough questions. And I was like, Lily, I cannot drive away from a police. And so I'm like in that tone of voice as the cop is coming back up and talking and giving me the ticket. And I'm just like,
Oops.
God, I hope he has kids and understands.
I hope he does. Oh my God.
So I'm like, oh God. But yeah. So that
Oh,
was I won the Mother of the Year award in front of a police officer today.
you win that award a lot.
I really won it last Sunday.
You keep
Oh,
winning it.
it
Girl,
happens.
I'm getting tired. I know we
Me
said we were going to
too.
hold on, but like I am like holding and holding and holding, but like,
We made
whew,
it almost an hour and a half. It's cool.
we can do this.
Okay.
We've done this.
We've done it. It's all good.
It's a long week. We're coming into the holidays and everything. We are doing Cookie Palooza. I did
We
get my
are
dog scheduled for
2 weeks from
boarding
today. Chantel and I will be doing a baking show.
the baking show.
That is kind of on the lines of nailed it because that's where we're
Nailed
at.
it.
To
We're
be
really
fair,
good.
we we I can bake. Chantel is a good assistant. But Chantel
That's
is a
kind.
creative cookie decorator and takes very well to it. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we'll be decorating cookies live on the
While
interwebs
drinking high noons.
while maybe drinking like our eighth high noon of the day.
It'll be interesting to see what
We maybe
happens.
shouldn't admit these things on the internet.
It's at the end of the internet, though. It's like
It
internet's gone to
is.
sleep, maybe.
This
No,
is
I think
true.
actually this is when the internet wakes up. But
This is probably when all the naughty stuff happens on the internet, let's be
well,
honest.
we know this for sure because we've had people
This is
come into
why
our
we
Zoom
don't have anybody like pop in anymore because it's just too
because we
difficult
had
to
some people pop
manage
in.
in ways we don't really want to see ever again.
Mm-mm. We just want
But
to read
anyway,
about it. It's different.
it is definitely different. Definitely different.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
too graphic. All right. Well, so long,
Happy
everyone. We'll
quilting.
see you
We will
next
see you
week.
next week. We like a jinx there. All
Thanks.
right.